Good evening. Hello. Anyone and everyone to Capping TV. We are here tonight with a Prem ozfortress Season 44 game for you. It is going to be the Digger Family Land versus smyb. With me, I have Shakey co-casting and I have Mitch on production. How are you, Shakey?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. I may or may not have been speeding to get back home, but excited to cover some boxes.
And for everyone tuning in, we are probably going to be going live pretty soon, so we'll just speed through some stuff for you guys. This is what is currently, I believe, the fourth or the fifth seed, the Digger Family Land, with Dancy having disbanded. And they're facing off against smyb, which are the seventh seed at the moment, but I guess probably sixth, again, with Dancy disbanding. Should be a pretty close game. This does have a lot of implications as well for the bracket, as you can see here. I believe this is the bracket as it stands. We are in the final week, week 7 of Prem in season 44. Still a lot to play for here. As you can see, the Digger Family Land will prospectively be going up against Balls, and the super team in AU probably don't want to be going against them. And if they win this match, there is, I believe it's 100% sure they will take that third seed and instead go against Wagenco, which they did face off last week and traded maps with. So for them, certainly all to play for. smyb, on the other hand, I believe they also have a lot to play for. I don't think they can make it into the qualifying final. They're just stuck in the lower bracket there in the elimination final, but they can get a more favorable seed for sure. So both teams with something to win. I suppose we can head on over to rosters. Yeah, starting with smyb. There's a few mercs tonight, but I believe Tennis and Fane still on the scouts for smyb. We've got Pride on Pocket, Trash on Roma, Shady on Demo, and Mikau on Medic. Anyone that sort of stands out to you, Shakey, here?
Oh, I'll have my eye out for Fane. I remember he debuted his scout in Highlander, but not in Sixes, so be keen to see that. And my eyes out also for Shady. He won High last season. I know that because he beat us. So yeah, maybe pops off tonight.
Cool, very good. And we'll head over to the Digger Family Land. We have Zerk and Nerf, who, by the way, I was just checking out these graphics before. The ACK on these scouts is insane. These are averages for the entire season. I think more.tf calculates them a little bit differently, but still, rounded to 79% for Nerf is insane. Got Mobloke and Daz on the Soldiers, Rain on Demo, and Adden, I believe, is Merking on Medic. What about here, Shaky? Is there anyone that stands out to you?
Nerf at 79. I remember back in the day, Cookie and Madness used to get like 75 act, and that would be a headline. So yeah, insane. I guess this is what Kovacs does to you.
Yeah. It just seems like every year Scout gets more and more powerful. So we'll see how it goes against the opposing team's scouts in this match. I believe we do have 12 in the server. They're all sort of just waiting around, and I think we're actually going live in about 5 seconds. So if you're tuning in now, now's the right time, as we are heading onto our first map here. It will be Process, CP Process. Again, this is week 7 of season 44 of ozfortress, smyb versus the Digger Family Land. We're going to be watching Rain here on the rollout. First up, hits the ramp slide in, and we'll see how both of the teams play it. Both teams just sort of taking this cautious approach, it looks like. No sort of fast bombs from either side, both just spamming each other out. We do see Soldier on Seagull, and the double bomb coming in now for the blue team. Aren't quite going to get anything with it, sort of just staying on their high ground, but have to back off and get some heals. Zerk is going to pick up Pride there, and it looks like with that one player pick, they're just going to try and force them out. Shady gets knocked up into the air, but is going to live. But now it's 3 down for the red team, and they are just running out of the mid here. A clean mid win for smyb.
Yeah, just really clinical. I think everyone on smyb just stayed alive, and they were able to play their health and position at the tail end of the mid and pick up the first mid, yeah, of the map. So I think Ubers are even, so we'll probably see some sacks coming out from the side of smyb. I don't know how much they off-class. I'd be curious to see what they pull off. I know that, again, sorry to... Oh, okay, I think that was the sack right there, but I was just oh! Norbert nearly goes in and gets one rocket off, but eventually gets cleaned up by the sentry gun of Fame.
Yeah, the double stack coming out for smyb. Again, just even Ubers here. Fane getting the sentry up. So currently just level 1. But they are going to spawn onto the off class. We see the sniper coming out from Mobloke for smyb. We'll see which angle he wants to take coming into last here. I think they will know though. This looks like Tennis just off class checking there. So they should know that the sniper's coming out. Macau is going to play close to the wall there between doors 3 and 4 as we see Sniper just peeking in door 5, gonna see what he can get, misses the shot onto the engineer, isn't gonna find that. Dad's getting the full buff, is gonna find his way into heaven and try and cause a distraction. Nice rocket onto Trash there, is gonna clean him up. Fane is also low, but looks like he is gonna pick up Daz. Surely now, Daz does fall. So the sack coming out for smyb, and Pride on the other side of the map is gonna pick up one with Zerg and also pick up Rain, it looks like. So we'll see how smyb try to defend the second. I don't think they can even. They're just going to back all the way out. Save for a hero shot from Mobloke stuck behind. Is he going to hit it? No, he's not. Just gets the body shot onto the medic. It unfortunately doesn't get the shot away there. But a failed last push for smyb.
Yeah, I was expecting a blunting, but it was not meant to be. Digger family pushing into mid. Nice bomb out here from Trash. Gets one rocket. So... I thought he nearly got Macau, but Macau's still on full health, so evidently not. smyb are able to walk in off the back end of that. Fane getting picked up, and that looks like a successful hold, and it looks like smyb are pushing into second. There's a lot of traps. Zerk managing to... Oh my god, he nearly didn't clear the one at sewer, but he finally clears it. And the combo of Digger, except for... No, well, as I was about to say, the combo of Digger are about to get out, but no, they aren't about to get out. Zerk just popping off, and every single member of the combo falling. Shady, Macau, and Tennis. This is looking disastrous, and full Uber for the side of Atten and smyb as they push into last.
Yeah, absolute curtains here for this first round. smyb taking it. As you say, Zerk just demolishing the Digger family land in door 1 there. Macau also dying only on 99%, so... 1% away, that entire fight could have been different, but that's the first round for smyb.
Yeah, it was just like some clinical performance there, like off the back of that sack and trade, they were able to just take it off mid, catching Macau out. Feels bad, but yeah, first round to smyb as we get into this second mid. Looks like Rain just trying to spam some stickies over the blue crate. Nothing much happening. I think both teams are just content to sit back for a bit. As we say that, the smyb soldiers go in. They go in high, go in fast. They don't really get much at the moment. Zerk gets taken down as the first frag of the mid. Trash falling as well. And I think we are going to see a Digger family mid win.
Yeah, the first one for the red team here. There is a blue soldier behind, just sort of taking the packs in IT, but it looks like the red team is just going to completely ignore him. With so much of a player ad, they're just busting through the choke here. Blue team playing in door 2, maybe looking for a trade, but they're still stuck on 90%, so they are just going to back out here, add him down to half HP. And a successful second push for the red team. And I believe the soldier for blue is still behind here. Is going to find his way into his own IT, but potentially could get caught here. Mobloke edging his way down to choke. It looks like the Digger family land just want to go straight into last, maybe get some sacks off, but they are sort of in two minds as the soldier finds his way into sewer. Rain setting up some traps into lower IT, is going to pick up Fane just running through there. As the Sax comes out, the double sack, and Shady's down to 7 HP here. It could be 4 down. Shady is going to catch an arrow, but they are 3 down the Digger family land, so they're just backing up to pipe onto their second here. Looks like the blue team is going to be able to push out of their own last here. Don't know how much more they can take. It looks like all 3 forward spawners are going to come out for the Digger family land, and we might just have an evening out here in second.
Yeah, Nerf was on heavy, on NG for quite a while there, but finally switches off, and I think that was the indication not much was going to happen. As I say, that huge bomb in from the Digger family soldiers. Pride decides to go in first, gets denied, and Atten not even in danger, only down to about 112 as the remaining flank and scout try to rush in and sack onto him. But so that is a successful sack defense as smyb just take mid quite cleanly here.
Yeah, it's a beautiful hold from Atten. Just the triple sack, no fear in his eyes, is completely going to use that Uber. And momentum shifting all the way for smyb now. They take the mid. Forward spawns are going to come out for the Digger family land. But here comes the sack immediately from Daz, it looks like. The second soldier's coming in as well. Macau is going to take 0 damage through all of that. So both medics doing well on their own seconds here. And we'll see how the Digger family land try to respond to their double sack, their failed double sack from smyb. It looks like they're just edging their way into mid here. They've taken a lot of ground for free as well. And this spawn is still not coming out for the blue team, sorry. So it looks like they're going to take a trade, but Zerk gets dropped on the point there. A nice rocket from Trash, heads up play to just spam a few rockets onto mid there. You never know what you can get. You might find the combo scout. So we see a salvage play coming out the sink from Daz, almost getting Trash, but is not going to. And that's 2 down now for smyb as the Digger family land. The momentum back in their favor.
Yeah, we're full out on the side of Macau and Digger. They're just trying to take a real slow push in. This should be usable for last for sure. They're looking like they're going to take it door 1. Zerk finally getting a gun up. It's not even going to be able to get up to level 1. Yeah, switches off before it even finishes building. Not much cap time, but that's because Digger haven't capped second yet. And this Uber hasn't really accomplished much. Great kite from the side of smyb. And yeah, no frags have fallen, and that's just like an Uber completely leapfrog. Trash goes down. We finally see some point play from the side of Digger. Zerk trying to fight Fane in heaven. He's going to win that fight as we see just Shady and Macau up. So that's a successful hold for the side of smyb. And they still want more. Nerf going in along with Mo, and they pick up Shady, and surely they're going to pick up Macau here. Oh,
Macau! Macau!
No! And what, Macau gets the strategy kill onto Nerf, finally gets cleaned up. So that is a successful hold from the side of smyb, and it really came down to the wire at the end, with Atten also pulling out his crossbow.
Medic on medic violence here in sewer, but yes, it seems like they just went almost a couple seconds too early. Tried to play the point, but as you say, they did not have second capped, so they are going to be back onto their own mid here. smyb pushing in, again, just trying to inch their way forward here. Slow push. They will have to contend with the sniper as Mobilok is going to fall on the right-hand side there. And we'll see how they want to play this. Again, sort of just taking it slow, maybe getting healed up now. Fane is trying to take a fight as Rain falls to the sniper. And it looks like smyb are just running away into their own sewer now. And we'll see what they do. They still have Uberad here, but it looks like they just have to wait for their players.
Yeah, Ubers are at ad for Atten here. So Daz finally bombs in huge. He's going to be able to pick up Fane, but the user's going to come out. Trash just stuck in. Not sure what he's trying to accomplish there on Sniper after the Uber was used, but nonetheless, it's going to be a leapfrog for the side of Digger. Macau, safe and sound, about to come up with his Uber. Not if Mo has anything to say to it. Wait, fades away, but then goes in with the resack. Is hiding in sewer as the remainder of his team is able to pick up Shady. So a really scrappy fight. It's just Tennis and Co. They're storming forward, Chariot double scout, but I don't think Macau is going to have to use here. So it's going to be about 50 ad for the side of Digger, and we see a sniper from the side of Daz.
Yeah, all important in that chaos. They're actually able to get the mid cap there, so they will get the forward spawn for Daz, who's just going to delay the push. And actually, they are going to use the red team here. They will pick up a soldier. Will they pick up anyone else? Everyone just running for their lives back into their own spawn. And it looks like the same situation, but they will be the wiser here, going back to their second, not just trying to stay in last without the second point capped. However, they do have full disad here, and it looks like smyb do want to push. Swapping off of that heavy back to scout. Looks like they're going to pick up a soldier. That's Trash. Or pick up two even better for them. Trash and Pride both falling in lobby, and it looks like they're just pushing out of lower lobby here, getting the second point for free. No sniper this time, and I think the Digger family land are just trying to delay as much as possible, building on mid, trying to equalize these Ubers as quickly as possible as the push is coming through IT. Shady. Sorry, Shaky.
I would like to be playing, but alas, here we are. Me behind the mic and counterpart similarly named in the match. Ubers do even out, like I said. Corbt, Shady just trying to spam over some stickies over the rock area, but I think both teams are going to be content. Sorry, Digger is going to be content to just back out the second and hold it. It's a bit easy to defend, you know, like having the choke point to kind of spam through. So we should be seeing some sacks right about now. We really haven't seen an opportunity for either team to sack in a second. It's been such a fast-paced match, you know, really going coast to coast, last to last. So yeah, this will be the first kind of stalemate opportunity for the side of both teams, and we'll see what smyb decided to do to break the stalemate.
Yeah, as we see Nerf on the sniper, as you say, it's sort of the first pace change for this map. It's been so back and forward. The all-important first shot is unfortunately going to land on a soldier, so only 150 body shot and Pride there. And now the Digger family, when they do know that there's a sniper in sewer, they will be playing differently. Pride is going to find his way through choke here, get some nice rockets onto Rain, who is going to fall. Dad's cleaning out Pride as we see Nerf rotating to choke, trying to catch them off with a different sightline here. High bomb coming out from Trash isn't going to find anything, and I think they might just wait for their own demo here. Nerf trying to lock down that choke with this all-important sniper sightline on process.
It's a very strange sack there from Pride. Like, it was just like Rain trying to back out behind sewers and eventually getting caught out, but nothing really much happened after that. I think smyb were just content to, you know, back up and then wait for Nerf to get an opportunity here. A really talented hit scan. He hasn't played much sniper in Highlander, but he does have quite good aim. He's really gearing to go up from sewer, where he took the first shot, but Macau so well positioned behind the point, making sure that he's not crossing a single sightline. And I feel like smyb are going to have to sack a soldier or something, or like, you know, commit someone to force Macau out, because right now he's just in a very safe position.
Oh, yeah, oh my goodness. Nice shot from Nerf is going to pick up a scout. So that's the pick they're looking for on smyb, as they are sort of just increasing that pressure. Soldier comes out to make space, is just going to fade, and look at all that space made for smyb. They're coming in here. Trash is going to try and get the force out, but an expert hold from Adden is going to keep the Ubers up. And now they're 2 down going into the last. They do still have a sniper, but it looks like they want to take it. No off classes coming out for the Digger family land, but both Ubers are still in play. So they will be able to potentially delay, but not if that happens. A nice shot from Nerf again is going to drop Macau. And this surely is going to be around. The Uber coming out from smyb. Rain is just farming here, getting as much damage as possible. 110 on the scout is going to pick him up, and they're just cleaning up here. Another round for smyb.
Yeah, it was so clinical when smyb were pushing last. And you have to feel bad for Macau, because Macau knew absolutely that he was walking into a sideline. Like, he tried his best to sort of dodge and wait, but unfortunately Nerf just had his gun pointed at the right spot and got that frag, emulating, I guess, Sheep from I-52, and that is going to be around for smyb. They're 2 up into this third mid, as we see both Solis just going fast, but then eventually backing out. We'll see how this third mid unfolds.
Yeah, looks like maybe a change of plans for both teams, sort of the early soldier aggression. So we see Trash here is not going to be able to pick up, I think that's Mobloke bombing in, 10 HP surviving for him. Both teams sort of rotating now, as we see both of them taking the right-hand side for each of their perspectives. Zerk and Nerf going to fall, so that's both scouts down for smyb. Trash is going to fall on the side of the Digger family land, and it looks like it's just going to edge out for the red team here. And they're already pushing onto second here. Tennis trying to find a few picks. The enemy combo for smyb is stuck in sewer there. And Daz trying to get some sort of salvage play to distract them, but they are still stuck in sewer. Ashen and I believe that is the demo, stuck in sewer. They are eventually going to get Uber here, but can they get out with their lives? Macau is going to use, and it's so much better. It's a god Uber for the Digger family land. The demo is just going to get absolutely mulch denied there, but he will buy enough time for Ashen to get out in door 1. And I don't know if it's enough here. They're going to be able to push last with the demo down, and they're just ruffling into the left side here. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so Rain's still about like 5 seconds away from spawning. We've still got heavy coming out from Mo, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Just everybody swarming on the point for Digger, and that is going to be their first round. To not quite even it up, but get close. 2-1. As we still have about 10 minutes left on the clock, anything could happen, especially, you know, given Banny config and all. So I wouldn't say that this is, you know, like smyb have got this in the bag or anything.
Yeah. Really close match, that's for sure. Sort of a mid to last there, but sort of delayed for the Digger family land. So we'll see if this mid can work out for them as well. We'll see if their change of tactics do work. Early soldier aggression again coming from Mobloke, but is just going to fade. Again, both teams sort of just taking their own sides, sort of playing over to the right here. We see now the soldier bombing through the air. Daz is not going to find the rocket onto Tennis, but is going to fall. Does trade with Fane, so a scout down for the Digger family land, and it looks like a lot more hype being taken from the red team here, and it's going in their favor. Just so passive for smyb, they are going to lose their demo in the process as well, and they are going to lose this mid again.
Yeah, just excellent coordination from Pride and Trash there. I think they literally got the perfect like laser beam. Like they both shot their rocket simultaneously on Rain and were able to take that frag and eventually win. The mid, as we see Zerk trying to take in a trade, but gets destroyed by Shady around the corner. Mikau did use in the back of all of that, sorry, Atten used and Mikau didn't, so that is going to be full advert of Digger as they decide to push into last. We see a bit of spam coming out from the door one area, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I think this is going to be a full ad push for the side of Digger off the back of that attempted trade gone disastrously as they just use in onto the point here. It's just Shady and Tennis. They try to get, I think Tennis is trying to play the point, but he was flashed for so long and they haven't really been able to accomplish much. They got to pick onto Daz, and the heavy is out from the side of Nerf. Mo falls. Shady's doing a really good job of pressuring the side area, and a huge bomb in from Trash. They do take out Nerf, and that is going to be the watershed moment as the Digger family land even it out 2-2 on process.
An absolutely disastrous play for smyb there. Trying to take an aggressive trade into choke, but Zerk is going to get dropped for the second time in this match. And Mikau just not having to use the Uber ad, pushing all the way into last. Again, maybe playing the point a bit early, but they clean up, posting on the left side. And as you say, it evens out 2-2. We'll see if they can win a third mid in the row. The Digger family land taking all the momentum now, and they're trying to even it out with 7 minutes left in regulation. Again, both teams sort of just going to the right here. We see the double soldier aggression is not going to get any damage on Mikau. Mikau with the jukes is going to take 0 damage, but the rest of the team is going to get destroyed by Rain. And it's only Mikau up, is just going to walk into the team to try and get a faster respawn, and is going to get Rain in the process. But smyb taking... yeah, Mikau maybe getting a couple clips in this match, but smyb is going to end up capping second before anyone on the red team is spawned even. So it will be full Uber ad for the side of smyb as they look to use into last here.
Yeah, so I think Mikau played quite well, you know, keeping yourself alive, but unfortunately the rest of Digger were just backed up in the corner and they just got wiped out by the spam. So that's going to be a full ad push for the side of smyb. We'll see where they elect to take it. It looks like either 4 or 5. I would say the full ad, you know, does make 4 more appealing, and they do go through 4. There's a level 3 up from the side of Fane. Zerk doing a good job of just shooting the stickies for now, but on the other side, Shady doing a good job of relaying them. So they take out the gun, but they haven't got any cap time or any other frags. smyb just playing the low ground here. They do manage to pick up the frag onto Daz. Trash falling. It's such a dead even fight here at the moment. And the crits comes out from the side of Fane and Mikau. They do get Rain, not with the crits, but just with the normal rocket. Atten is so hurt, 89 HP, and he's forced to flee, and that is a successful defense, a Euro-style crits last defense as Mikau switches off. He's about on 50 ad, excuse me. So they should be able to cap it up before Atten gets his Uber.
Yeah, hits a play for Mikau again, switching over to the crits there to try and get the faster Uber charge. Is going to switch to Uber, so they will be able to defend their own second with the normal Uber charge here. Uber's now coming up for smyb, and they are just going to dry push this through choke with not much resistance either from the red team. They're already building the gun here on last 80%, so they will get a proper full Uber for the time that before the blue team push, as they come through for Fane, doing a lot of work to keep that sentry alive. All the Ubers had to be used onto the sentry gun here, and all the stickies are still on point for the red team, so they can't even play point. Daz is going to find his way into heaven, just sort of distracting the red team as the Uber comes out for the Digger family land. Trash is going to fall, so are Daz, Moblog, and Rain, however, and so it looks like another successful hold for the Digger family land. It's just Nerf in last here is going to lose the 1v1 to Fane, and a successful hold once again for the Digger family land.
Yeah, just so scrappy. I think Atten and smyb, they thought they had a bit more, ad than they actually did, because Mikau was on about 90 by the time they used the Uber, and yeah, it was just a successful kite with the Uber being, dedicated to the gun. So Ubers are, slight out again from Atten, but I don't know if they are going to be willing to use it. I'm guessing that they are just going to elect to play it even and snipe, as we see Nerf up on the sniper, so successful in his last life. Really aggressive sack out from Daz. I'm not sure what that was. Oh, but that's what it was for. Nerf gets the pick onto Mikau.
Yeah. the Digger family are just not expecting that with the single sack. There was no sort of thought in their brain that the sniper would just come out of choke. So Nerf once again getting the snipe onto Macau and setting his team up for a full Uberad push into last again. We'll see if they can nail it this time as they are sort of hitting their way into lobby. Looks like it's going to be a door 3 or a door 4. They will have to contest with the Feign sniper on the other side. But with full Uberad, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Surely they are going to elect to walk 5. Nerf hitting a nice shot onto the soldier there. Down to 9 HP is Pride. And Feign is going to find Rain as well. Nerf is going to find Shady though to completely counter that. Both demos getting headshot. And Nerf is trying to have a field day. He's going to pick up Trash as well. Misses the shot onto the heavy. Not the second one, apparently. Nerf is just going crazy in door 4 here. It's going to hit 174. Another headshot onto Pride as they get the last point. This is absolutely insane from Nerf. He's having a field day on Sniper, as you say, sorry, reminiscent of Sheep I-52 almost.
This is just insane. I thought Digger were going to be able to hold that. Like, Trash had so much health, but no. Nerf was able to hit literally all his shots in the tail end of that push. So that's going to be 3-2 with about 2.5 minutes left on the clock. So we'll see if smyb just elects to play it passive, as I feel like both teams have been so far in process.
Yeah, 2 minutes left here of regulation before the continuous overtime. As it looks like Pride is going to fall. Both soldiers now down for the Digger family land. Adden getting down to only 44 HP. Daz is going to bomb him and find the demo. 3 now falling for the Digger family land. Make that 4. And all the momentum with smyb. They are just getting into second here for free. They're going to run away Macau and Tennis with their tails between their legs. Just trying to build Uber for last here. But the pressure is staying on. They've already occupied lobby, have smyb. And Rain is just trying to get some damage, early damage into the spawn, but another successful mid-win for smyb.
Yeah, I think there was some heads-up awareness from Rain there, just forcing Digger to not be able to build a gun, or at least build it in quite a delayed fashion. I mean, Feign only now spawning on NG. I'm wondering if smyb are just going to elect to go for an aggressive trade here, given that the gun's not up. But we see I was about to say we see a spy, but I think that might just be Tennis checking off classes. Not much else happening. smyb just electing to try to spam out and scout out the situation from lobby. They've got 1 minute and 14 before we go into banning time. This is going to be quite a comfortable position for smyb. I think they're going to be comfortable to just, go for some sort of trade and then like not have the worry about losing, and then, if they pull it off, it's going to be 4-2, as we do see overtime soon.
Yeah, that's right. 50 seconds to continuous overtime, so it looks like the win condition is going to fall to 4. First team to get 4 rounds here is going to win the first map. Daz is going to get picked up in second to a nice bomb from Pride there. But yes, it looks like smyb just content. They are up 3-2. Content to at least let the continuous overtime clock over here before attempting to push last. As it looks like... Oh? Yes, we are going to see some off-class shuffling for smyb there. Eventually, and I don't blame them, finding their way to nerf on Sniper. We'll see if he can pull off some more magic here, sniping into process last.
Yeah, no surprises there, for being honest. What on earth? You nearly got a bit onto Trash, didn't even realise that there was a sniper, but Trash eventually bombs out to make sure he doesn't become the victim of that previous round. As we see the blue soldier on the left, I think that's Mo trying to get a frag. Nerf trying to go in for the hero shot, but wasn't able to get anything. As we see the counter sack, looks like it's about to come out. Pride, I think maybe trying to go from door 2, but saw that he didn't have a good angle or like a good jump to go off. So that is going to be things evening back out as we see the banny time coming into effect. 1 minute and 53 seconds. So it is first to 4. So if smyb managed to get the round, then that's it. And I'm not really sure what they're trying to do here. I think they're just trying to roll the dice on the nerf sniper again, by the looks of it, going to door 5 for a peek.
Yeah, and you really can't blame them with the shots that he's been hitting this match. Looks like it looks like another soldier is going to fall to the same Pride bomb in door 2, so that will halt any sort of sack or any sort of push from smyb as they just wait for this soldier to respawn. 1 minute 20 left onto the round timer, so they will have to start thinking about taking an exchange or some sort of push into last here. If the round timer does run out, we are going to go to another mid fight. No rounds for either team. But we'll see again. It looks like Moblock is going to spawn on the sniper. Sorry, on the spy. Sorry, and he is going to walk out. So that's the play they're electing to go for. 1 minute left with 2 off classes. We'll see if they can get something going.
Yeah, interesting play. My guess is that maybe like Mo won't even go for a stab. Maybe just trying to elect to go for a revolver. Nerf. It's taking down Solo and is going to die at the hands of Trash's original. So all eyes on Mo here with about 44 seconds on the left on the clock. He is going to have to go for something about now, otherwise the timer is going to even out. Nearly gets bumped into by Trash, and Pride again is really dancing with death here. And the clock is really ticking down. I'm just worried that that smyb just left this a little bit too late. We kind of see, I think that's Daz, trying to go in for a sack from 2, but isn't going to get anything. Mo's also going to get found out as we see the Uber come in from the side of Atten, and it's going disastrously. Rain not even in the Uber, and the flamethrower of tennis is going to be able to shut down the entire Uber.
Yeah, it's just a disastrous push. They had to push with the round timer running out. And actually, by the way, the Digger family line looks like they're going to take this. So they're not going to let the round timer run out. The spoon coming out from Daz is going to get the force. And I was going to say, do they cap it now? They actually are going to walk off the point. So with that force from Daz, they are actually now going to let it go to a stalemate. But yeah, that last push from smyb, sort of just a disaster class. Everything falling apart for them. Spy not getting anything. The demo not in the Uber. And they are just not going to be able to push, crack that process last there.
Yeah, it was quite a good defense from Digger. They had the full Highlander setup, and it just paid dividends. As we see both teams just rolling out to mid. Shady dangerously low and nearly caught a sticky there, but I think he's going to be able to live. Both teams just playing it really passive. They don't want to risk anything. Both these Sollies on red, on Digger. They're trying to jump to the left area. We see a counter bomb from Daz, and that's going to be Pride falling, Rain falling, Tennis playing the height very effectively. And that's going to set the stage for the rest of the mid. Blue Crate trying to be one, Trash going to go for a spoon, but isn't going to be able to succeed there. We see, Daz trying to go in and get a frag, but he's going to get Trash down to 18 HP. We see Mo committing for that frag, but Trash just playing his life really well, and Macau doing a good job of arrowing the soldier. So that's going to be the mid win in this sort of Banny time round for Digger.
Yeah, really good discipline from the Digger family land to sort of work that demo down advantage for them and just clean up all the frags as Addison is going to drop actually to Fane. I don't know if that was a chip shot from across the map or if he was coming in with the meat shot, it looks like, from lower IT. So no Uber anymore for smyb. They are going to have the player advantage though. The flank trying to cause a ruckus through IT into mid here. And again, really good discipline from the Digger family land. Just going to clean up the enemy players one by one. Now, I think that's Daz is just caught out on mid there. Is going to fall. The pack is not going to save him. And full Uber ad for the Digger family land. So they are looking to tie it up here 3-3 with a full Uber into last. Still 3 down for smyb. And they are just going to leave their Roma to cap. So they're already coming through lobby here. Get through 3 clean. And they are able to stand on the point. Can't cap it yet because second is not capped. But they have all the space here on last. Uber is going to fade now. It looks like they're going to post onto the left here. The jetpack coming out from Daz is not going to find anything. It's 2 down now for the blue team. And it looks like Macau is just going to take his team onto the left here. They're going to heal up and they're going to try this phase 2 push. Bombing into the right here and just clinical. Hitting the cap. It looks like that was Trash bombing onto the point there.
Yeah, all eyes were on Fane trying to get the frag onto Adam, but I guess it didn't matter. Trash able to bomb in and secure the round to even it up, 3-3. So yeah, a lot of excitement. smyb seemingly in a clinical position to take it, but no. Now all bets are off as we go into the, not the final mid, but this will be the final round for Process.
Yeah, it certainly will be. We'll see how the teams play it. This mid-fight has gone back and forth. It's almost evenly split 50-50 for both teams. Such a close match and all to play for here in the last week of the regular season. As we see both teams sort of just spamming each other out. It looks like they're both very cautious, trying not to take any risks here. And Daz is going to fall here, and the other soldier for the blue team, Mobloak, is going to bomb in, just lives with the pack. But the player advantage for the Digger family land and all of the height advantage, they are just going to edge their way forward here and just push out smyb onto their own second.
Yeah, so just this really cautious and I suppose discipline, it was a great word to describe it, just play from the side of Digger, able to win out that mid eventually, as we see a huge double sack wave coming in, Pride and Trash, getting the force onto Atten.
Yeah, Thane again there was able to run all the way from mid through IT, through lower IT, and get onto the mid without anyone on the blue team knowing. So the force comes out, Adam not dropping this time. A headshot is going to ring out from Daz. He's sniping on for the blue team here, and they are going to use the Uber. The Digger family land. Rain is certainly caught in choke here, as Daz is going to pick up Shady, it looks like. So great pick. Both demos did for both teams. No Ubers in play. It's just a straight DM fist. But it looks like both teams are going to back off. The red team back on mid, but the blue team certainly pushing through choke here. Unfortunately for them, Mobloke is going to fall. Pride is going to make his way into sewer here, and now it looks like all the space being made for the Digger family land. They are going to force out smyb onto their own last. Their 30% Uber advantage, I'm not sure if it's going to play a factor in this match. In this round, sorry. They are potentially just going to hold onto their own last here.
Yeah, but I think Pride does look like he wants to go for a sack. Gets caught out by Rain there, but we see a scout coming in. That's Fane trying to go in for that sneaky play that he's been categorized by this entire round. I just heard the jetpack out of the side of Daz, but I don't think he actually got anything with it. The Ubers are about to even out, and I think we're going to see a stalemate. So nerf on the nerf on the NG. As Ubers are dead even. So now it's Digger's turn to try break this stalemate, and they've elected to go in for the Sniper of Fane. So it really is a Sniper all-star map. Huge skip in. Pride Tempest is in, gets the jump but isn't able to get the rocket. Atten down to 39 HP but does not force.
Yeah, the experience potentially paying off for Adam there is going to not force to a great jump from Pride, as Fane is going to pick up Daz. Mobloke also falling to tennis, I think going for the counter-sec at the exact same time. So unfortunately for smyb, that's now going to be 2 down. Pride is going to get the first spawn, so now they might be able to take a 6v4 or maybe a 6v5 into last here. They are certainly going to be pressuring this, as Rain is just destroying them in door 2. So much damage for Rain is going to pick up Pride and completely halt any sort of pressure now for the Digger family land.
I feel like both teams just love to, like on defense, love to try and go to 2 for a pick. We saw Pride getting 2 frags like when Digger were holding last. So Fane trying to go in for an aggressive peek, gets popped up by I believe that's Mo in door 1, so he's gonna have to back out. 2 minutes left on the clock, so there's about time for one play before the clock's even out. And by the looks of it, I would say that Digger are probably not going to be in a position to want to have the round reset, given that this is their first chance to actually be able to take the map. But Daz gets a pick onto tennis, and Daz going for more, tries to get a shot onto Shady from the lobby area. As we see a spy coming out. Oh, Pride nearly gets a pick on in that lobby area, but I think the decloak was just too loud. Daz had his headphones turned on, so that's going to be a successful stunting of the spy play. But Mo in from behind is going to be able to get the force onto Macau.
Yeah, really great hold from smyb. All the things going their way now. They do catch the spy, they catch the headshot, and they catch the force onto Macau. Now the salvage play coming out. Atten is going to surf away onto Bats, successfully holds that Uber. It's really close, is eventually going to force, but also drop a nerf. Sorry, it's not going to drop anyone, but the flank is going to get dropped for smyb. So it's currently a 3v3. But the sniper in sewer here, so oppressive, this sniper sightline. We see a soldier jumping onto Trapezoid there, but they are just going to run away. Once again, Fane sniping in sewer is just so oppressive on this map. And they are not going to be able to push out of their own last smyb. They are going to be holding their own last once again, but this time it will be a 40% disad, so they're just trying to get as much of a defense as possible. Nerf trying to get the gun from left spawn. It's just going to upgrade it as much as possible. They're building in heaven, but the Uber going to come out first for the Digger family land. They use through door 2, demo jumping through Shady. They are going surely to catch Mobloke here onto the left. Sticky's still on point there, so they have to clear them before being able to play, and it looks like all the spawners coming up, but a lot of cap time. Nerf is going to pick up 1. Zerk and Daz also picking up 1 each. So much cap time, but not able to get it. The Digger family land. Another successful last hold for smyb.
Trash!
Oh,
Trash!
trash.
Edgebug goes into last. Oh, but didn't have enough health there. Nerf on full HP, and unfortunately, that is always going to be a fight you're going to lose for Soldier bombing into a full health heavy. And smyb electing to actually cap it out and not let the time reset. Double bomb in from Mo and Daz, just trying to get that space in the mid as Mo gets taken out. And we see Fane leaving behind, currently caught in what is about to be a 2v1 in the sewer area, and gets the pick onto Daz. Nerf finally coming back to the sewer area to try clean up the flank that's just leaking behind persistently. And he's getting onto Macau and gets the drop onto Macau.
Incredible from Nerf. That's the second drop he's gotten onto Macau on 2 different classes. So incredible play. It's just going to completely change the course of this team fight, and the Digger family land are just going to full wipe here. They do get a couple forwards, but really hits a play from Nerf there. Dropping Macau once again. Trash is going to pick up a Moblock on the rock there, but they are going to get the mid cap. smyb full Uber ad now, pushing into the enemy team second, so they might be able to retain this for last even, but they will have to contest the sniper. Sniper taking such a oppressive force on this map, it looks like, for both teams. So smyb choosing to go through IT. We'll see if they use through, or they might just be able to walk through corridor for free. They do catch the sniper and are not going to have to use, so still Uber ad here for smyb, but the trap is going to catch Zerk. I think that's a blind hit from Shady. Really great play from him. And I'm not sure if they're still going to take it. It looks like they're just chilling on second. Both Ubers going to come up for both teams, and it's just going to even out, it looks like.
I'm not sure what happened to Zerk there, because he did see the stickies. Daz getting taken down. Sack away from the side of Mo. Not going to be able to get much. Atten just safe and sound. So just Shady trying to peek from the lower area, but he's only got a soldier there to back him up. Like, Macau is not putting the heals into this lobby area. So yeah, I think just the summary of this, what this map has come down to, is just who's been able to kind of break the last stalemate. Often at the hand of a pick class. So this time smyb is electing to go for the Daz sniper. Maybe they've just elected to say that, hey, we need our 2 scouts rather than a soldier. Daz going out from door 1. Has favoured door 1 historically. 3 minutes left on the clock, so plenty of time for the sniper to do work in this Banny overtime. Oh, gets a headshot onto Tennis, but Tennis was buffed, so yeah, getting pressured out from 1 and now looking to go from lobby.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate for Daz. Tennis just happening to have enough HP there to live. Pride again is going to get hit shot, but lives with single-digit health. With all of that commotion, though, they are going to catch the sentry gun for the red team. So we'll see if a sack comes out. Daz instead going for the hero peak. Pride is going to pick him up. They do have a soldier here in heaven now, is Mo. Trash is going to try and follow him up, but not before, I think, Shady getting the kill first. So 2 down for the side of smyb. We'll see what the Digger family land try to do with this. They are gonna be pushing out here onto Bats. Soldiers making space, and they are just getting forced out. No more Ubers in play. Nerf's gonna fall, and their demo rain is gonna take him down very low. So they are just gonna get out of choke there. I think it's the DH there from Daz, the direct hit. So we'll see if he can get a nice air shot here onto mid. All the momentum for the Digger family land here, but we'll see if they take this into mid.
Yes. I also did hear it. I was like, there's no way, but no, Daz just wants to pull off his best tech impression. But I think they're just electing to go for the sniper of Nerf. So yeah, I don't blame them. Did pop off in that kind of watershed round, so we'll see what he tries to do here. I think that Atten's been very careful to not buff him to make sure the sniper kind of voice line doesn't get triggered. So this is going to be completely blind for the side of Digger. I don't think they know that there is a sniper. Finally, the door gets open. So many potential targets, but Nerf electing not to take the shot, as really good spam is coming out from the side of Shady and Co, making sure that Nerf can't get a good angle. Macau elected to go for the banning hold in the IT area. Pride gets taken down, trying to pressure that sniper, and now that's going to open up for Rain to land a few sticky snipes. Not going to be able to get anything, as we see the Digger family combo just stuck really tightly against this sewer wall area, and that's going to be a force. It's going to be the Cookie Dream, a solo 8 seconds. So many flashes from the side of Atten and smyb, and they're going to have to back out. The Uber is still on for tennis, so that's going to be a very defensive, a successful defensive Uber from the side of Digger as Nerf gets taken out in the tail end of that trade.
Yeah, it really hits at play. The tension was palpable there. Sort of Macau having to stand into the sniper sightline, but they do find their way to Al Qaeda, and they are going to be able to take a trade into the sniper there. As you say, a God Uber and sewer, and they do pick up the sniper for it. Daz is going to fall onto mid here, so sort of snowballing the way of the Digger family land. They aren't even going to have to stack it here as they look to be pressuring into the enemy team second, but once again, Ubers are even. It's 3-3. No team wants to be making a mistake here with so much to play for with seedings for playoffs. So I think they are just going to elect to hold that push and potentially just build Ubers and get a couple sacks off again.
Yeah, and it's important to note that like the tables really did turn, you know, from smyb before the banning time 3-2 up, pushing into last. I think with Ad, I think it's going to really weigh on them, the fact that they weren't able to convert, as we see both Solis, Pride and Trash, they come in fast, and they get the drop onto Atten. And they also get the pick onto Rain. That is the perfect sack wave from the side of Digger, as they're going to have full Uber going into this last point here. Daz and Mo, I think they're just electing to play it passive. I don't think they're going to be able to go for anything, any extent of a hero sack, but there is someone behind. Mo electing not to sack, but to just try get something from behind, but I'm just worried that he might be a little bit too late, as we see the Uber coming out from the side of Door 1 and Digger family as they're coming into last. They're swimming onto the point, but nobody has been able to get cap time as they've all been flashed. Mo falling, the sentry gun of Daz is falling, and the cap is so far. It's been so far capped, and that's going to be it. Digger family managing to sweep from the banning time down 3-2, and they pick up the next 2 rounds to close out the map of process 4-3. My word.
Yeah, an incredible pace change there. It's all can change in a moment in this game. So stalematey for so many back and forths, so many failed last pushes, but all it takes is a couple incredible rockets getting the drop onto Atten and picking up the demo with 2 directs. And that's it. That's the round. The Digger family land taking the entire map 4-3 on process. A really clinical last push. I think that was Daz stuck behind on the direct hit, and fair enough, they just choose to completely ignore him. Only so much you can do with the DH. And yeah, they pull away with process as we bring up the logs here. Anything standing out to you at first, Shakey?
Yeah, just Pride, insane amount. Wait, I think, yeah, that's literally Pride, top DPMing at 256, and you can really tell, just going insane on like every, position, like whether it was just getting like the picks at last in the 2 area or the tail end of that, syncing up with Trash to get the double pick, just the dream double pick onto Atten and Rain. And I feel like the Digger soldiers were just a little bit better at coordinating. Like I feel like smyb, they had the X factor, they had the star performances from like Nerf, Daz and Mo trying to like just go huge, but I feel like the coordination was just a little bit better towards the end. So like after when they were on the back foot, Digger, I guess they were on the back foot the whole time, but yeah, managing to edge it out. And I feel like the logs, I'm not sure if the logs really tell that story. Like, Pride, yeah, clearly, far and a ways ahead in terms of DPM. But the rest of his team, like, they're quite like closely packed in terms of that DPM ladder. So, like, I guess that just shows that it was a really drawn out match. Going 7 rounds. And I don't know how much overtime, but yeah, it really was a nail biter all the way till the end.
Yeah, really back and forth match. I guess both medics, dropping twice, and some of those were, as we saw, to some really insane shots from both team snipers. And yeah, I wouldn't look too much at the DPM, sort of maybe we see that it's 250, but with how stalemate it was and how long of a match it was, these sort of 250s really do tell a really good story for the players that got them. Nerf getting 230 on Scout as well is a highlight for me. 26 and 13 for him. Tennis, on the other hand, going to 29 and 10 is pretty crazy. But I think the next map will be Product. I think both teams just waiting to ready up for the moment. And any predictions for this round? I think, given how Process was going, it looks like it's going to be a blockbuster on product for sure.
Oh, I'm gonna. I don't even think I'm in a position to say who's going to be the winner, but I'm going to guess it's going to be a 3-2. So whoever's going to win is going to only win by 1 round.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, these teams so evenly matched despite sort of being quite far apart in the standings, but I believe that sort of third seed down in Prem has been so tight. I think Ascension 2 weeks ago, we covered their match. They were sitting in 6th or 7th, and now they're the third seed. So, yeah, it's so tight. Aside from maybe first and second, this Prem division this season has been really back and forth and made for some really good matches. So we'll see. Again, I still believe, even though the Digger Family Land picked up that win on Process, there's still all to play for both teams. The Digger Family Land trying to secure that third seed to not have to face the best team in the country in playoffs, and smyb trying to get as high a seed as possible. A lot for them is riding on the other matches this week in Prem. There's 3 more fixtures to go, I believe, including this one. So how high a seed they can get will depend on the other matches. But of course, you want to be setting yourself up for the best possible seed going into playoffs.
Yeah, and I feel like it's just a testament to the combination of players. Like we've got like up and comers, Shady and Tennis, winning high, coming in hot, and then a few other up and comers just in the mix between very established Prem winners. I think if I'm reading this correctly, yeah, both teams actually do have a Prem winning player. So it's just really a testament, like you said just before, Corbt, to how competitive this season has been in Prem. Like I suppose there is always to some extent a super team duopoly, but for the rest of the ladder, there's a lot to play for, and product is just such it's such a tenacious map. Like you're really rewarded for always being aggressive and like never taking a break. Compared to a 5CP where you do have a bit of time to breathe on last. So we'll see whether or not it favors which team it favors. But I think the thing about product is there is also the potential for a perma snipe. So I'm curious to see if one round, like either team just elects to run a sniper, maybe Nerf feeling it from all the way back in that first round of process. We'll see if he decides to elect to go for a perma round on sniper.
Yeah, certainly would not be surprised if Nerf pulls out the sniper. Maybe that's what they're talking about here in the pregame. Sort of ideally, if you're running a perma sniper, you probably still want 2 scouts on this map. So trying to see which of their soldiers could swap off, not sure. But yeah, Nerf going absolutely crazy on process on the sniper. So we'll certainly see some sniper from either of these teams on product. There are any sort of matchups that you're looking for on this map? I think both the soldiers for the Digger Family Land doing so well on process. I think it was Pride or maybe Trash getting the force or the drop, at the very end there to end up securing the map for them. I wonder how they might go against the smyb scouts.
Yeah, I feel like product, all eyes are going to be on the scouts. So especially the Pocket Scout showdown. I'm pretty sure that Tennis is the smyb Pocket Scout, and then Zerk, his counterpart on Digger. So we'll see how well they face off. And yeah, I feel like product it's just not really a soldier map, unfortunately. Like it's just so hard to do anything if you're on the attacking side as a soldier, given that like there's like a slope that you have to try to work around. So my eyes are particularly going to be on the demos and the scouts, and it's just such a nice scout map. Like it's just so accessible. You don't even need the wing. You can just jump around. You can be on height. You can be in the perfect position to just counter aggression, and you have such good like vision of the map. It's only just like two sides next to the rock, and then the kind of connector area. So we'll see how well the scouts can do. And I'd be curious to see if Nerf, when he is on scout, not like playing sniper or anything, how close he decides to stick to the combo. I think the meta now has favored the sort of double pocket scout, formation on product. So we'll see if either team decides to not go for that, and maybe think about sending one of the scouts to the flank, because I think both teams are just trying to agree on whether or not to ready up. So we should see a ready up very shortly.
Yeah, as you say, product, a notorious scout map. As we see both teams readying up here, we are going to be going into map 2. This is the last map for both of these teams in the regular season. Both teams trying to get better seedings for playoffs. Again, CappingTV, we will be covering, ramping up coverage, for playoffs as that starts going, I believe, next week. So coming to our first mid here, Shady just throwing some stickies against the enemy demo man. Again, both of these teams sort of playing... never mind, Nerf hitting the shot onto Fane already. So they are already bringing out the sniper, and it's already having an impact. Pride is going to bomb Nerf and eventually get the Nova crater, looks like, as Nerf is going to fall. 2 down for both teams, and the red team, the Digger family land, just sort of inching their way forward onto Valley here. The bomb is going to come out from Pride, but just fade and sort of delay them as much as possible. Shady, getting a little bit disconnected from the beam there, but they are going to stabilize. Both scouts sort of just throwing scattergun shots back at each other, and again, Nerf making the difference. It's going to pick up Shady there. The Uber is going to get used out from smyb, and such an expert hold from Adam is going to use it at the very last second needed, and it is now a god Uber, you would say, for the Digger family land. There's one behind, that's trash. It's going to go up into the air. Fane trying to clean up 2, gets both soldiers onto the left side grass there for smyb, but they are going to lose the majority of their players here. Still, even Ubers, the cap is not going to fall, so I still think both teams, and neither of them have capped. An expert repush from smyb is going to come out here, and this has to be the longest product mid-fight I've ever seen.
I can't believe Tess getting taken down at the tail end of that fight. Yeah, just literally, neither team able to cap it out up until this point. Like, we must have at least seen about a minute and a half of action. Maybe Digger are going to finally, after all that time, be able to cap it out. Trash gets a nice direct, but is going to... No, they finally cap it out. Like, I just had to be wrong for one more second. They finally do cap it out eventually. I think they were just trying to not randomize their spawns. Daz going in behind with that winger, so versatile. Yeah, I'm really glad that, for all the casters' curses so far, we finally got something right. We predicted the scout performances and also the sniper immediately out of the side of Digger, and yeah, Nerf deciding to snipe and Daz switching off to scout.
Yeah, potentially this is what they were talking about in that pre-game. Which of their soldiers is going to switch onto Scout? As you see, the Uber coming out for the Digger family land is going to take so long to get the force out of Macau, and now it's the shoes on the other foot. smyb having the better Uber. They're going to be chasing Adden all the way. Adden is so low, is going to try and live as much as possible, but eventually falls to Tennis. They are going to lose 2 for it though, Tennis and Pride. They will get the cap, denying their own players, it looks like, and getting a faster spawn for Adden. So maybe not the best play from them to cap there, as it's just going to immediately fall back for the Digger family land. As things sort of evening out here. Nerf still sniping, trying to get something in choke, as smyb just trying to inch their way forward through Valley here.
Very questionable play from Rain to try to commit with Mo. He's going to be able to... He's going to get taken down, and that's going to deny any sort of forward hold potential for the side of Digger. Nerf getting a nice shot as we see counter sniper from Trash. Time in favor of smyb. Sorry, if Digger, as smyb just are able to recap it there. Nice shot from Atten. Gets the pick onto the standing still. Gets the pick onto Atten, who was standing still. Not sure what happened there. Nerf gets the counter pick, but it's just a second too late. As we see Digger able to get the pick onto Shady as well. Like, everybody just seemed to be standing still, despite the fact that there are 2 snipers out on either side. And that is going to be Digger able to retake the point. Daz trying to hide, but yes, so much time in the favor of Digger. They've got a minute up compared to smyb.
Yeah, through all of that back and forth, the all-important cap was the way of the Digger family land. Rain is going to fall to the Uber coming out from Cliff for smyb. They did have Uber advantage there, so Rain going to fall. Zerg is also going to fall, but they will find the sniper Daz in behind again. They are going to be going back for them, asked smyb. So it looks like they're going to get potentially 3 picks for this Uber. The red team, the Digger family land, are just going to have to wait for their spawners. But as you say, the sniper's already having an effect on this match. Daz here, 1 HP is not going to get anything, is eventually going to fall to Fane. And it's sort of a stabilizing for smyb. They do have slight Uber disad here. And it looks like the demo actually, Rain is going to fall, Moblock is going to fall, and Zerk. And Nerf, in the meantime, is going to pick up Pride. So all the kills falling the way of smyb here. And the red team going to have to back up all the way to their own spawn. But they do catch Macau.
Oh, but Fane. Oh, Fane trying to get a really aggressive frag in the main area. Not going to be able to do it. Atten just playing him positioning himself really well to make sure that he couldn't get caught out. The flank rush from the side of Digger, as we see Mo and the flank scout trying to go in. Not going to be able to get much behind. Fane again in so aggressive, but Zerk doing a good job at shutting down that flank, getting another one onto Pride, and that's going to be Nerf getting the pick onto Trash, and Digger are able to finally cap it out. The time did even out very closely, so only about a 30-second advantage for the side of Digger, and we are finally going to be able to see...
Oh my god.
A nice, disgusting shot from Fane. I mean, you really got to suspect if it's Kovacs or the green boxes, regardless of whatever it is. Digger are establishing themselves really aggressively in this forward hold with the sniper, so it's going to be quite difficult to push out for the side of smyb, and they've only got 30 seconds left on the clock. Ubers are even, and this is it. It looks like it's going to be a pocket dream. Pride coming out with the Uber is going to be looking to pick onto Nerf, but Atten so far away, and I don't think Atten is even going to have to use his Uber. 19 seconds on the clock, and this is the perfect position for Digger. They're one down, but they've got the full Uber. Pride trying to go in behind to get something, but he's not going to really get anything. Fane as well, caught out by Zerk. Mo, huge bomb in from the end there. He's going to get a pick onto Trash, and this is disaster from the side of smyb. 2 seconds, and Atten didn't even have to use his Uber, and yeah, that is going to be it. Round number 1 on product in favor of the Digger family land.
Yeah, Nerf is on an absolute heater. I was going to say for this map, but you could even say for this entire match. He's currently going 10-2, and Trash, his counter sniper, is going 1, and I believe that's 8. So really the sniper just having a massive difference here on product. Nerf is going to be rolling out on sniper, but no sniper for smyb here. So potentially a passive mid for the red team, but immediately the double bomb coming out onto China is going to pick up Nerf. Moblock is also going to fall, so it's already so much space made. These soldiers for smyb causing absolute havoc for the red team here. The only one left alive is Daz, and he's going to run away all the way to spawn to try and get Adden's Uber charge up as much as possible. Really, really great mid from smyb there.
Yeah, I think Trash just saying he can do more on Soldier, and he proved it. Just going insane on that cliff area, getting so many frags, Shady falling, and that's going to be disaster for the side of smyb. It's going to be really hard to hold off the aggression without a demo, and that's going to be Tennis getting the Uber used out on a beast a few shots, gets the pick onto Daz, but I think Macau is going to finally use his Uber. A lot of frags falling on the side of both teams as we see Trash going in for a final bomb. Not going to be able to get anything, and that's just going to be Macau and Shady, the last 2 survivors, as the Digger family land are able to win that quite scrappy fight and get their first cap in this second round. So 40 seconds down, it's definitely nothing to worry over. I think after a good forward hold, if they do establish themselves with one, he's going to be able to equalize out that time. But it looks like smyb and the soldiers of smyb specifically, they're taking absolutely no time to try and break out of this forward hold. They elect to take it out cliff, and they get 2. Rain and Daz fall, so that is going to be the forward hold broken. Atten, with a full, not full Uber ad, sorry, a 40 Uber ad. Fane getting taken down from the flank, so we're going to see if Atten is going to elect to use his Uber, but it's so scrappy. There's just so many people coming behind. Trash and Fane both getting taken out. Good job by Mo to defend the flank, and the Ubers are going to finally even out.
And another, I feel like I'm saying this all night, but another nice shot from Nerf there is going to pick up Pride, and you really can't count them out as long as they have Nerf on sniper. He's absolutely killing it on product here, and it looked like the forward hold was broken. They were able to get through, but just sort of the flank for smyb falling in the meantime, and they are able to stall that entire time. Oh my goodness, some nice rockets there. That entire time, the point stay in the way for the Digger family land.
Whoa, Pride just getting utterly predicted by Rain. Didn't even make it off the rock before Rain decided to hit M2. Shady getting taken down by Nerf. As we see the counter sniper outside of Trash. See if he's going to get better luck, and that is going to be a good omen. First pick onto Daz. Nerf is going to now be alerted to the fact that he's got a counterpart. Nerf just going to peek in this right-hand area. As we see, I thought that was... It is a spy. Pride on the spy. Trash getting taken out. So we'll see if Pride is able to avenge his teammate. But no, he decloaks at the absolute worst time as Pride... as Nerf is looking at him as the Uber comes out from Macau and Tennis. But it's doing disastrously. Tennis getting taken down. And Macau probably getting... Macau is going to get taken out at the tail end of that fight. Huge bomb in from the side of Shady, but is not going to be able to accomplish anything after the death of his med. But Trash coming in now. Huge bomb is going to be able to pick up Atten, but I'm not sure to what extent that's going to favor his team, because the Digger family land have held the point this entire time, but they've only got 38 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, Dad's winning the 1v1 with Tennis there, even though he had the sword out at the start of that. Absolutely destroying him, winning the Scout 1v1. smyb are going to find their way forward now. It looks like the entirety of the Digger family land have retreated to try to get some crit heals, try to regroup. Nerf's going to fall again, so the all-important sniper for the Digger family land is going to fall. But Macau is going to die to Mobloke, so they do get the cap. They lose their medic for it. Aden so low, 17 HP. It looks like he's going to find his way back to spawn and get the resup. So now it's looking really good for the Digger family land. They have 2 full minutes to do smyb, but only 20 seconds for the red team. And they're coming out on cliff here. The entirety of smyb is backed off here. They have 30 Uberad. It looks like they're going to be able to stall this for as long as possible. We'll see how smyb try to disrupt that. They are pushing forward here. No Ubers in play just yet. Pride is going to crater on the right-hand side grass here. Nerf got to fall again, so Trash finding a lot more luck on the soldier, and they will get the cap as well. So halting the Digger family land's clock on 8 seconds there. We'll see if they take this Uberad or if they're just going to wait for their spawners a little bit longer. Fane winning the 1v1 with Daz.
Getting revenge from before. So, interesting point to note, I don't think Nerf has been on Scout this entire map. Like, he's just elected to perma-snipe. Even now, as the Digger try to push out with 8 seconds left on the clock, and they are going to use their Uber to get a trade out of the side of Macau and Tennis. Range trying to sticky jump, not sure what he's trying to do there, but he's going to get caught out by Tennis, and that is going to, on paper, favor smyb, as Digger don't really have much ground to work with. Demo down, it's going to be quite hard to do anything. They're just looking like they're going to have to regroup and try to push. They do have time, 50 seconds on the clock. Mo gets the pick onto Fane on the flank. Uber's about dead even, and finally with Rain up, they are going to be able to push now. He's going to get some good damage onto the point, gets the pick onto Tennis, and this is going quite well for them. Shady getting bounced around, from side to side. We've got a soldier back in the back lines here. Not really sure what's going on there with Trash hiding on this kind of cliff area, and only 3 seconds left on the clock. It's going to have to be a big bomb, but no, Rain denies Pride. Hits the magnet and says, sit down, son, and that's going to be a dominating 2-0 for the side of Digger on product.
Yeah, an absolute read from Rain there, and a nice pipe is going to deny that soldier the touch onto the point. And as you say, 2 up for the Digger family land. They're absolutely destroying them on product. It's so much less close than it was at the start of process. Nerf still going ham, 15-6 as we come into our third mid-fight here. Rain is going to catch a sticky, so we'll have to grab an arrow. And again, the exact same mid for the blue soldiers as Shady just walks across point and destroys Aden. Daz is going to pick up a soldier there. That's Pride. He's going to pick up both soldiers actually on China. And Macau, only one left alive with his scout. Are they just going to run out to their own spawn, regroup, and try and take this Uberad in a few seconds here?
Oh, and we see a crits Krieg out of the side of Macau, so it's going to be full crits ad. I'm not really sure if Diggers expect this, but it is about to be used out. Shady just charging up the crits, and that's going to be it. Crit number 1 out. He's going to be able to hit a 180 damage sticky onto Zerk. He's going to connect onto Rain. Third sticky out, but Daz just in a sneaky spot. Gets to pick onto Macau. Atten was able to live in the aftermath of all of that, hiding just in spawn, crouching up against the wall. Is going to come out with about 40% ad, so that is going to be a it was on paper a successful crits, but I think just Digger were able to collapse off the back of the tail end of the crits. And they're finally going to be able to cap out the point. Clocks slightly in favor of smyb, but that's definitely going to even out 2 minutes 30 apiece, give or take, for both teams, as we see Digger establishing themselves on point with Nerf, just on that central position on the rock, looking around. Is going to miss the shot as the aggression comes in from smyb.
Yeah, Macau coming back up on Uber as trash falls. Nerf's going to hit another nice hit shot onto the enemy demo man there and open up a lot of avenues for his team here as they pick up Fane, and it looks like 3 down for the side of smyb. They are just going to give this up. Soldier on Pride Rock is going to get denied. That's Pride. Is just going to have to fall back and get rehealed as we see Nerf onto the boxes here. We'll see what he can do. We've been seeing it all night, and he's going to do it again. Picks up Pride from the boxes. Another excellent shot, and just makes it so much easier for his team. This constant stream of picks from the sniper is so good for the Digger family land, and it looks like smyb are going to have to regroup, wait till they get Uber, and try something here onto the point. As we see them coming up to grass here, Tennis is going to get the full buff. They might have to use early. Yes, they will, because they know that there's a sniper around. And it looks like, once again, Adden is going to elect to drop the sniper in favor of the better Uber. And it certainly is a better Uber here. Macau trying to get out with the scout speed is potentially going to get out as Mobloke is wreaking havoc in the flank. 3 down for the side of smyb. Macau does get out on half HP, but for what? They completely lose their flank there. And the only casualty for the side of the Digger family land is Nerf. Really good play from Adden there once again to sort of recognize that the only one getting dropped is the sniper, and they can use a way better Uber there.
Yeah, you really just saw the fear coming out from the side of smyb and co. Daz coming in from the back lane. 1-2 gets a pick onto Macau, and it's going to be disaster. Macau able to live, but eventually it's going to even out in terms of Ubers. Atten able to stay alive on about 60%, and this is looking disastrous from smyb. I was just about to say that, yeah, like before that that fight occurred, we saw the entire combo of smyb walk the entire way around from cliff to concrete, just in fear of the sniper. So that's the power of one player, the sniper, in terms of Nerf, and it's really working. It's really paying dividends for them. About 30 seconds left on the clock. Mo gets the pick onto trash. Tennis falling as well, and that's going to be disaster. Atten does use the Uber, but they get so many picks, so it's definitely going to be worth it. Atten does get caught out, and with so much cap time on the side of smyb, this might... I was about to say it might be looking like things are looking up for them, but it's not, because they're so far away from the point, and like Daz and the flank of Digger are just just chaosing so well. It just feels like smyb aren't able to get a single foothold in. I mean, finally they do get the cap out, but even then, I say that, like, they haven't actually capped it out. They're just trying to, deal with, like, the chaos that Digger are laying on them, and finally they do clean up everyone behind, but they're just electing to wait for Pride to get up, and they're finally able to cap it up. This is going to be a Herculean task for them to try to defend it for 2 minutes and 17 seconds continuously.
Yeah, absolute chaos there. smyb eventually getting the... Oh my goodness, Shady and Trash is just hitting every rocket in Cliff here. Some really nice rockets. It's going to completely destroy the Digger family land. So if they needed to play, that was it. As you say, 2 full minutes they're going to have to hold the point for that entire time. They cannot let the Digger family land cap. This is match point for the red team. So they are going to have to hold it for the entire time, and it looks like perhaps some Sacks just coming out for the red team. Dad's going to die in main there. They will have Uberad, but 1 minute 40 on the clock. The Digger family land have all this time to play for. 1 minute 40 for Nerf to hit another shot, or not, as Pride is going to pick him up. They are trying to re-establish this forward hold, smyb, and it looks like they are going to get it. Fane falling, but Shady also is down, so they might just back off here. We'll see. 60% for the Digger family land.
Yeah, so that ad is going to be quite useful. It's going to really delay smyb, not unless Nerf has something to say about it. Touchwood. Holy...
Oh my goodness.
I'm definitely suspecting...
Oh my god!
Okay, wait, okay, I'm leaning more towards he's got the boxes on rather than Kovacs, but that is going to be 2 quick frags from the side of Nerf. But in the in other words, smyb were able to clean up the combo of Tennis and Macau doing such a good job of just staying alive, and they've got 40 seconds left, so they are actually standing up to that task. They've wiped already down like a minute and a half. But now Atten's got the full 50% ad, coming out from the side of Digger and Co.
Yeah, and that's some crazy shots from Nerf. They are going to have the full ad here, and they are getting the pick. So much cap time. Trash is going to get on it at the very last second to try and hold this, and they might actually be able to do this as they do pick up the frag. It's 2v2. They're going to have to get the scout pick, and soon. But it's with the beam, Zerk is going to kill both of them, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is your evening. The Digger Family Land. A convincing 3-0 on product to win both maps tonight. And you have to say, some insane shots from Nerf this entire series.
Yeah, I mean, really just proving that he can switch on, and switch on they did. A dominant 3-0 performance on product. So that's going to even it out in terms of maps. So the first map falling in the favor of smyb, and... Am I misspeaking? Sorry? I've completely blank, but the maps did even out, I'm pretty sure, right, Corbt?
Did they? I thought maybe I'm mistaken.
Sorry, I think yeah, Mitch is just telling us, just blanking out. Like, I think I just lost track. Like that was just insane from Digger on product. And yeah, now my memory is coming back to me. I'm pretty sure it was Digger with the 4-3 comeback. So that is going to be Digger decisively taking the series 2-0, managing to take up. Oh, sorry, Mitch is telling us on the intercom now. smyb able to take out the first map of process, and then Digger taking product. But like, I just don't think we could catch a breath there, Corbt, in product. Like, it was just, there was so much action. Even though it was a 3-0, there was just so much action. There was just so much going on all the, like, every single second. Like, just...
Yeah, absolutely. It's a complete pace change from process. As you say, I'm mistaken, sorry, it was smyb taking the first map, so they have evened out for the series. But yeah, product's so chaotic. And as we see the logs up here, Nerf eventually does die a fair amount to even out his KD, but just the presence of the sniper completely shutting down smyb, making it so convincing 3-0 for them. So we see Zerk as well, 392 DPM, really, really great plays from him, hitting all of his shots. Is anyone else here on the logs that stands out to you?
Oh, I was just going to say, it's of note that, yeah, Nerf doesn't even show up as a scout. really showing up as a sniper. I feel like no one could really get their footing on the side of smyb. Like, Tennis, you can really feel it in terms of the smyb combo. Like, Tennis just playing quite scared, and for good reason. Like, I mean, we've got, like, you know, the emulation of Sheep from I-52 playing against you. It's quite hard to do anything. Like, they had to use Ubers so early. They had to, like, rotate around to make sure they didn't go into the side lane. They had to dedicate Ubers to the sniper. It just wasn't turning out well for them. And, like, you have to feel bad, because they definitely tried, like, their best. Like, they tried everything. They tried, like, to run their own sniper. That didn't work. They tried to just go aggressive. And normally I would say that is the play. Like, you sort of take advantage of the fact that the other team with that sniper has a bit more of an open flank, but it just wasn't a problem. And it's not a problem when your sniper can hit their shots, and Nerf hit his shots tonight. And it was just like, yeah, you could just feel it. And I felt bad for smyb, because, you know, like, I'm not really sure how much they were able to kind of showcase their DM, because they just got collapsed on or, like, pressured out so well that entire map.
Yeah, as you say, 100%. Like, just the presence of the sniper is so oppressive, and I agree. Sort of smyb not being able to show their best after taking process as well. Again, there's so many tricks that you can pull out of the bag, but it doesn't matter if the enemy sniper is hitting all of their shots, as Nerf certainly was. So they are going to trade maps here. Not exactly sure what that means for standings. I think we might be on a tiebreaker for third for the Digger Family Land. Yeah, we might be able to pull them up here. Yeah, the Digger Family Land, I think... Are these standings before or after? This is after. Yeah, so it looks like the Digger Family Land have moved up. They are going to finish in fourth, so we still have 2 more fixtures to play for. These are not final standings, but at the moment, prospectively, they are in the upper bracket of the AFL playoffs, so really important for them. It might end up being really clutch for them getting that product win. smyb, on the other hand, don't think anything has changed for them. I think they needed 2 wins here to sort of disrupt that lower bracket seedings. But they will finish in 6th because Dancy has disbanded. So still pretty good for them, and I don't think Azerbaijan can catch them.
Yeah, and I feel like going into playoffs, it's going to be quite tight between number 3 and 4. Ascension kind of on the resurgence after a few like roster changes and reshuffles. So yeah, just insane performance from Digger, really showing that they, they had the potential to really sweep it. And I feel like I don't know how I'd be feeling if I were them, like knowing that they were up in the pre-banny time, like pushing into last 3-2 up, just 1 round away, but they weren't able to close it out. So I think they're going to be happy that they were able to end it on a high, but maybe just a bit to like look back on to prepare for their playoff match going into next week.
Yeah, as we say, playoffs, I think coming around next week, we will be wrapping up our coverage here at CappingTV for that. As well as playoffs, we do have the Summer Brawl. This is the Brisbane LAN coming up. I believe it's January 17th. So if you're watching this, you've always wanted to attend one of these matches and see it in the flesh, this is your opportunity. I've been to the Melbourne LAN, expertly organised, really great time. So I can imagine the Brisbane LAN is nothing but the same, and we might see you there. But I think other than that, just some shout outs. Do you have any, Shakey?
No, shout out to you and shout out to you, Corbin, and to Mitch. Mitch, for the record, pinged us at like 4 o'clock, begging anyone to cast this, but it was always a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I think same to me. Thanks for coming on, Shakey, to get this match casted. Shout out to you, and shout out to Mitch again for the production. I think that's it. Commiserations for each team for each of their map losses, I guess. But well played from both teams, and we'll hopefully see you all next week for playoffs. Have a good night, everyone.